What's up, Area Tribe? Welcome back to Area Tribe TV. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 most deadly mistakes that I see women making that are holding them back from losing belly fat and keeping them feeling really uncomfortable in their clothes.
Just run away with me, darling.
What's up, Area Tribe? Welcome back to Area Tribe TV, where we talk about how you can stop overeating, stop binge eating and giving into your cravings so that you can lose fat, tone up, and create a body that you feel happy, confident, and comfortable in. So if this is your first time here and you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I upload my next video. I upload one video on here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern European time, and I would love to have you back for the next one. After struggling to lose belly fat myself for years and now having a flat stomach and toned, defined abs for more than a year, even while gaining 5.5 kilos, I have noticed 3 things that were holding me back that I also see other women making that are holding them back, and I want to share those with you today. Okay, so let's jump right into it. The very first mistake that I was making was that I thought it was okay to binge once or twice a week because I thought, you know what, it's calories in versus calories out, and eventually that's gonna balance out, especially if I don't eat the next couple of days and I don't eat as much, right? Wrong. It's actually not that simple at all, and I think the mentality of like, oh, I'm gonna kind of balance things out kind of keeps you stuck in this ongoing loop of falling off track and getting back on track and falling off track and keep getting back on track. And while that's happening, your body is actually accumulating more and more body fat on those days where you are falling off track, especially if you're not exercising and especially if you don't have a really good workout in place. So if that's where you are right now, I would really take a step back and really look at what's really happening. What are my patterns? What are the things that are happening for me so that I could really break that pattern and actually learn how to be consistent. If being consistent is a problem for you, I do have a video on that which you can check out. I will leave it in the description right below this video. So if consistency is something that you find difficult, you can go and watch that video, which I think will really help you out. The second biggest mistake I see women making, which I really truly think is holding so many women back, is that they keep repeating to themselves that I should love my body at any size. I should love my body no matter how much I weigh. I should love my body no matter what it looks like. And I get it. As much as I think we should love our body at any size, I think this is becoming the biggest excuse for women who don't really want to take the responsibility for themselves and who don't really want to admit that they can love their body but also want to improve it. Now, I have to be real with you. Everyone. Family, friends, boyfriends, potential boyfriends, partners, everyone judges on first impression. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how we are all made in the world. I'm sure you judge other people on first impressions as well. And the way you look, your body, your face, how you look is part of that first impression. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because how we look shows a lot about our character. It shows how consistent we're able to be. It says a lot about if we can take care of ourselves, if we can take responsibility for our actions. It shows if we're able to stay consistent. And it also says a lot about how we deal with life's challenges. A lean, toned, and fit body doesn't just tell someone what it is that you look like, it tells them a lot about what kind of person you are. Are you the kind of person who constantly gives excuses? Are you the kind of person who always procrastinates? Are you the kind of person who lets little things slide? Or are you the kind of person who knows how to take responsibility, who knows how to stay consistent, who knows how to take care of themselves, and who is really there to put in the hard work day in and day out so that they can continue improving and getting better and better every day. And while no one likes to hear it, looks matter. How you look matters. It matters to you, it matters to your partner, it matters to your family, it matters to your friends. And that's not just because they care about what you look like. It's because people care about your health, they care about your well-being, they care if you feel happy and confident in yourself and in your clothes. They care because they want to know you're okay. And I think that's something that people don't really like to talk about, is how many relationships start having problems because one of the two people or both people actually gain weight. It's actually something that I started reading on last year on how couples actually end up gaining weight, and it's something that I also talked about with my mother, who's a psychologist and life coach, and she has told me over and over again that men are actually always affected if their woman and their partner gains weight, no matter if they're married, no matter if they're just in a relationship that's a long-term relationship, or if it's a girlfriend, or if it's someone they're not even dating. And I know that for me, it also matters for me if a guy is gaining weight. I know that I don't really like my boyfriend to gain weight. I want my boyfriend to be fit and I want them to look good, because that's a huge part of the relationship, is the attraction, and keeping that attraction has a lot to do with how we look. So I would encourage you to see if this is something you're doing, and if this is an excuse you're using for yourself, and really catch yourself and remind yourself that you can love your body but also want to improve it. Now, the third and most deadly mistake that I see women making, that I also made for years, is repeating the following phrase to myself: it's not that bad. It's not even really that bad. I mean, honestly, I don't even know right now if there is a worse phrase to keep repeating to yourself than "it's not that bad." Saying it's not that bad can keep you from really living your best life. It can always keep you in this land of living in mediocrity, no matter if it's with your health, with your body, with your finances, with your business, with whatever it is you want it to be. Saying it's not that bad makes things so much worse. So here's how this happens. You do well most of the time, and then you fall off track on Saturday because it's your day off and you really want to chill out and you want to take things slowly, and you don't really want to go to the gym because, I mean, you want to take a break and you want to have a balanced life, and you want to eat. You want to sit on the couch and eat potatoes and eat a little bit of chips and a little bit of chocolate, and I mean, like, you never do that anyway, right? So you want to just relax. So you tell yourself, okay, it's not that bad. I'll eat those things. So you eat those things, and then you gain a little bit of fat, and you tell yourself it's not that bad. And what happens is now you create this habit of always falling off track and always telling yourself it's not that bad when you do fall off track. And the problem with this is that you're not only reinforcing and creating a mental habit that you're basically telling yourself it's not that bad all the time, and that becomes an ongoing habit, but you're also gaining fat every time you do fall off track, especially if you're not going to the gym, especially if you're not working out on that day, and especially if you're really like just totally going off track and not really being consistent. And as much as you would like to think that that doesn't really matter, that body fat that's accumulating on that day where you're overeating is accumulating, and it is piling on top of the last layer of body fat where you overate, and that causes you to then be actually more prone to gain body fat, because the more body fat we have, the easier it is to actually store it. And that leaves you not only having tons of belly fat and having these belly rolls, but it also makes you feel really uncomfortable in your clothes. It keeps you hiding under really baggy, unflattering clothes that you don't really like, and it really stops you from wanting to look in the mirror, from wanting to have sex with your lights on, and from doing things that are really like you're missing out on in life. So I want you to, next time you tell yourself that it's not really that bad, I want you to catch yourself, stop yourself, and I want you to make it really bad. Like, make it really, really bad, because the only way that you're going to want to change is if you feel that pain of how bad it actually is. And one of the best ways you can actually do this is by actually standing in front of the mirror and seeing that even though the scale might not be going up, even though you might not be gaining weight, your body fat is accumulating, and you may have more belly fat around your tummy, you may have love handles developing, you may have more cellulite, but you need to be able to stand in front of the mirror and look at those things that are actually happening instead of hiding away from what's really going on, hiding away from your reality. I find that I used to always hide under my clothes, I used to always hide from the mirror, and very honestly, that is partly of what's keeping you stuck. So be brave, look at yourself in the mirror, look at what's happening, stop hiding away, and really face your reality and make it really bad so you can start gaining momentum and start moving in the direction you want to. Now, that does not mean you should go and starve yourself. It does not mean that you should go crazy and go and do tons of cardio, or that you should punish yourself every time you fall off. It does, however, mean that you should start noticing that you're using those sentences as excuses, whether it's that you are telling yourself that it's not that bad, or whether you're telling yourself you should love your body at any size. Whatever it is, you need to realize that those are things that are always coming up, and those are things that you're falling into the trap of. So to recap, number one mistake is that you keep telling yourself it's okay to binge once or twice a week. Number two is that you keep telling yourself you should love your body at any size no matter what. And number three is that you keep telling yourself it's not really that bad when it actually is pretty bad. And what you can do instead is, number one, you can stop telling yourself it's okay to binge once or twice a week, because that is actually causing you to accumulate body fat as time goes by. Number two is you can stop yourself and check yourself whenever that sentence of I need to love myself at any size. Stop yourself, acknowledge the thought, and then instead substitute that thought with the thought I can love my body as it is right now, but also want to improve it. And number three is catch yourself whenever you tell yourself it's not really that bad. Instead, start telling yourself, you know what? If I don't stop telling myself it's not that bad, I will not only not lose this belly fat, I will not only stay stuck here, but I will probably keep gaining fat over time. And that will mean I will feel really uncomfortable in my clothes, I'll keep hiding. So instead, tell yourself it's really bad, look at yourself in the mirror, and really boost yourself and redirect yourself to actually facing the real truth so you can start gaining momentum in the right direction. That's it for today, Tribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that I can know to give you a little bit more tough love. And until next time, remember that creating a body you love can help you become a happier version of yourself so that you can serve others more fully, make the impact you were born to make, and live your life to your fullest potential. Until next time, cheers.